Hey guys! Okay, it's a lot rainier and colder here in Jerusalem today than it was in my last video, so I'm gonna make this quick. So today in our physical settings class, we are going to go on an Old Testament and New Testament walk of the city all in one day. You know, thousands of years of history in a couple hours. Easy. So we're gonna be starting in the Old City. It's really interesting to be in a city that has such deep archaeological layers in it, but also is a modern, bustling city. So we're gonna see some walls, we're gonna see some pillars, we're gonna see stuff that's more exciting than I just made it sound. And we are ending up in the original city of David. Interestingly enough, the city of David, the original city of David, is not where the old city of Jerusalem is now. It's just below it on the eastern hill. So David, made this city famous. He conquered it from the Jebusites, chose it as his capital. Solomon would expand it and build a temple. Hezekiah would expand it even further. But today, that original Jerusalem is not in the walls that you will see if you come here or are already here. I even have a handy dandy map. Might be hard to see, but the walls of the old city start here and the old city goes off the map up here. But the ancient city of David is this little area down here, right in between the Kidron Valley and the Central Valley. But there's a lot of things that have been found there that we're gonna go explore today, including Hezekiah's tunnel, which if you know the story, when they were under siege by the Assyrian army, Hezekiah had a tunnel built under the city so they could funnel water into the city during their siege so that they wouldn't die. So that tunnel is still there today and you can walk through it and wade through the water. I don't think we're gonna be doing that because it's super cold. It's really cool to walk around and to understand the language of the psalmists a lot more when it comes to Jerusalem, because they constantly talk about the city surrounded by hills and use geographical language that I didn't quite appreciate before. The city of David is an interesting city that David chose for his capital because in a way you could say it is protected. It has all these hills around it, but at the same time, it means you can't see who's coming. You can't see the armies coming around the bend. I think we could go as far as to say it is a city that inspires faith because he couldn't really see what was coming. And so you can see why he would need to depend on God for safety and protection. So anyways, we're gonna be moving, walking through everything really fast, learning a ton of stuff, and I won't be able to explain everything, but it's gonna be just a fun little introduction to the old city and the city of David. So let's go. Journeying through the ancient Canaanite tunnels near Hezekiah's tunnel. But it's super cold, so we're not gonna wade through Hezekiah's tunnel. Say hi, guys. Hey. For the video. Oh, it is wet. There's some water. But if we were in Hezekiah's tunnel, we'd be like up to our knees in water. So we're taking the Canaanite route. Right now, I want something hot to drink. Look how big these stones are. Oh, the Romans threw them down from the Temple Mount that's up here when they destroyed Jerusalem in 70 AD. Wow. Look how huge they are. Jerusalem, man. It really was reminding me of that verse that Jesus says where he's talking to the people and he says that not one stone is going to be left on top of the other, referring to the temple. And those aren't the actual temple stones necessarily, but they're part of the Temple Mount. Came all the way from up there. So really quite a shocking visual. Not one stone was left. And the temple used to be up there. Okay, now we are heading, it's a little loud. Now we're heading to some of the steps going up to the Temple Mount. This is where Jesus probably walked. With the most certainty, here, this stone right here, is the floor from the Herodian time, right? That's what he was saying. Yeah. And so we know that Jesus went to the temple. And this is the entrance to the temple. It's all filled in, but that's, you can see that there used to be arches there that led to an entrance. So we can say with like certainty that we're about to walk where Jesus walked. Was where Jesus, in John, in the Gospel of John, Jesus healed a man who'd been sick for 38 years. And he had been waiting for someone to go down and stir up the waters, which definitely indicates that there was some pagan tradition going on. You know, there's a lot of Gentiles and Jews living together, and these were public pools. So Jesus ended up healing him right here. So the pools would have been down here. And up over here, there's a beautiful church called the Church of St. Anne. And it is in honor of Mary's mother, St. Anne. And it's amazing acoustics. You can go in there. The church is run by the White Fathers, which are people from French-speaking nations in Africa. They run this church, and you can sing songs and go in. It's just beautiful. You have to visit it if you're here. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Okay, that concludes our day. How are we feeling?
I feel good. I feel cold.
We froze a lot and we learned a lot, and we're at the top of the Austrian hospice. Looking up, it's awesome.
And
And now we're gonna get some apple strudel, maybe?
yeah, I'd share one.
And I'll show the dome. That's a good view. Well, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm heading out on another adventure right now, and so make sure you click that bell button so you'll know when the video is up, and I'll see you then.